I'm not sleeping on myself this year. I'm looking forward to what 2026 has in store for us. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be organizing and decluttering my makeup products and my vanity setup. I'm just going to be cleaning and getting rid of items that I don't use, items that are expired, and I'm going to be going through my drawers and getting rid of a couple things that I feel like aren't serving me a purpose right now. And I'm also going to show you guys how I made my 2026 vision board using Canva. And yeah, so before I get to rambling, let's go ahead and jump into this video. I woke up this morning and heard the TV saying something about disasters in the world, and it made me wonder where I'm going. There's so much darkness in the world, but I see beauty left in you, girl. And what you give me lets me know that it'll be alright. I'm just gonna print this and then I'll put it in a frame and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, y'all, so I have my vision board printed out. I was going to just use the frame that I have downstairs, but the frame that I have downstairs is a little flimsier than this one right here. Thinking of hanging it right above my desk where I have these like abstract line art women things or whatever. So I'm thinking about just getting rid of those because I'm kind of honestly tired of looking at them. They kind of portray a white woman and I just feel it's not fitting for my room and for me. This is what they look like. I mean, you guys have seen them numerous of times. They're just those gold frames up there. Oh. Yeah, so I'm thinking about getting rid of those and just putting my vision board up there. So yeah, I also ordered a couple of like wall art images from Shein. That is coming with a couple of items that I ordered off of there as well, that I'm thinking about putting up here. But for now, I think I'm going to hang my vision board up there. I'm not too sure. Not too sure just yet. So this is what it looks like up on the wall, and I'm probably still going to get rid of these two women along with this one right here. So over here is my album cover wall, and then over here is where I'm going to have my affirmation wall, and I already have a few items on the way to put my affirmations up and everything. So here is my current makeup setup right now. This side of my desk right here is just for makeup purposes, and then this side is for work purposes. This is just like my computer setup, and then I have my books. For the longest, I just had this drawer organizer right here, this 4-drawer organizer with this top shelf that I had for like 8 years, I think. And then I recently just purchased these drawers from Amazon. I got these in a 4-pack for about $10, I believe. I have the other two down here that I'm debating. I'm debating on what I should do with these, because I don't want my organizers to be too tall, if that makes sense. If I put another one here, this is going to be basically touching my album wall, and I don't really care for that, honestly. I might. We'll see how it looks. But I kind of like how it is currently with just the two at the bottom. But if I need more space, I'll see how it looks to add these other two drawers to the top. So let's get into organizing all of that and getting rid of the products that I don't need. And then I'm going to clean these brushes, get rid of palettes here that I don't use. And yeah, so let's get into it. I'm gonna start with my primers and everything and organize those in here and stuff. So for my primers, these are the current primers that I'm working with currently. I already went through and kind of got rid of the primers that I wasn't using about 2 months ago. So these are what I'm keeping, honestly. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe them down a little bit so that they're not as, you know, dirty with makeup on them. If you're ever trying to clean off your makeup products, like with the makeup that's on them, just use a little bit of micellar water with a napkin and it'll come off. I can see the stars all the way from here. And as you guys can see, it looks brand new. So, hack. Use micellar water to clean makeup up. Y'all, please don't buy my broken nail. I'm gonna go get that fixed one of these days. It's actually kind of convenient though, because if you know, you know, when you have long nails, you can't really like do certain things. Like my son's like car seat, I have to like press the button to unlock it, and it's kind of hard to do that with long nails. So this thumb missing has been convenient. So these are my two favorite cream contours currently. They're super creamy and they blend really well. I'm not gonna lie. In case y'all didn't know, makeup does expire. If you flip it over to the label, there should be like a label that'll tell you when it expires. Okay, these don't for some reason, but I don't know, some of them don't, I guess, but a lot of them do. Okay, so like for instance here, if you guys look, I don't know if you guys can see that right there. There's like this little symbol right here, and it'll tell you how many months it lasts, like after you open it, and it says 18 months. And a lot of the foundations are like 12 months. I've done all this stuff. Alright, so I went and I cleaned this to the best of my ability. There's still some like eyeliner that won't come up. I even tried to use some some of my oil cleanser, like face wash, to get it out of there, and it comes out, but it takes a lot of scrubbing, and I need to find a different tool to scrub it up out of there. But for the most part, this is cleaned and disinfected. I'm going to do the same with these drawers after I go through them, but first I'm just going to go through these before I put all these products back, because I am going to keep all of these lip eyeliner and other products. So these are some smaller palettes by CoverGirl that I think I got for I think I got on sale from CVS. They were having like a deal. Honestly, if you guys are couponers at all, CVS always has a good deal on makeup, especially if you use your extra rewards bucks that you get back from sales and whatnot. My favorite one is the mauve. This is my favorite CoverGirl palette. Like I don't really use color on my lids, but I do like mauve and brown in my crease, like the crease of my eyelid. So I'm gonna keep all three of those. Oh, here's the fifth one that I got. I think they were like buy one get one free or something. I have this Baked Elf highlighter that I haven't used in years, honestly, but I think I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna get rid of this CoverGirl palette that I had since 2016 in high school. I'm gonna get rid of that. This is a Dirty Little Secret eyeshadow palette that I think I got from a makeup subscription when I had that back in the day. But honestly, I might get rid of this because what even is this? I don't really care for the shimmer. I might get rid of that. I'll keep these for now. Okay, and then this drawer has a lot of stuff in it that I just do not reach for. Like for instance, this Fit Me contour stick, Ancient. I do not use it. I'm not even sure if they sell it anymore. I'm going to get rid of that. This Anastasia Beverly Hills contour stick. I don't think they sell this anymore. I think they've gotten rid of this years ago. I've had this for years. So I'm going to get rid of this. I think I got this from TJ Maxx on sale. I do use my Fit Me blush. These concealers I don't use. These are honestly outdated and whatnot. Probably expired. Same thing with this Pro Concealer, LA Girl. If you know, you know. This was the GOAT of concealers back in the day. But that's probably expired by now. I do use my Fit Me pressed palette powder. The hell? I do not use this Wet n Wild highlighter. This is very ancient. Had that for years as well. This is an Anastasia lippy that I use in the fall occasionally. Probably will keep that. This is a eyebrow and eyelash primer that I'm going to keep. This is an e.l.f. I believe this is a eyeshadow palette. I'm not sure. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I'm going to get rid of this e.l.f. palette. Not really much in here for me. Definitely not my shades. Probably got that on discount as well. Okay, and here are all of my current concealers and blushes. This is my go-to concealer currently, the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I do like these Maybelline Super Stay Concealers as well. I got those from CVS on a sale as well. I'm sorry if I'm blocking the mic. Here are some sun-kissed highlighters that I do like. Honestly, I'm gonna probably keep them in here for now. Why get rid of, the flow that I have. I'll organize it later. This is a L'Oreal. This is a L'Oreal lippy. I think it's in like a burgundy-ish color. I'm gonna keep it just because I do like to wear lipstick on special occasions like date nights and things. So I will keep her. I do use my NYX highlighter. I'm sorry, blush. I use that. This is a lip plumper. I do like to use that occasionally. Fingernail file. This is a L'Oreal lip gloss. I absolutely love this shade. And yeah, so that's all that was in those drawers. Definitely keeping this palette by Juvia's Place. I love mauve in my creases. I go for this palette, specifically this shade and this shade. And sometimes this one. I'm reaching for this palette every day, honestly. So now this is my Morphe Vintage Rose palette. This is what it looks like. I haven't used this as much. I have used it a couple times and the colors are beautiful. Now I will keep her. Honestly, anything Morphe or Juvia's Place is really good in terms of eyeshadow. This is another Morphe palette that I often reach for as well. I love the nudes and the browns in here. And these are the only shimmers that I do wear now. I used to wear a lot of shimmer, but these are the only shimmers that I wear now. So I will keep that. This is another basic by Juvia's Place that I really love. This is the Warrior palette. I can't remember which one. I think this is the first one. I think there's two Warrior palettes. I'm not sure. But this, again, is another go-to that I love, and I will be keeping her. This is the Black Radiance contour palette. If you know, you know. When it comes to this palette, you can pretty much do anything with this. I use this for, not contouring, but I do use this for my lace on my wigs and whatnot. So this is a go-to, and she's been used for years. I've repurchased her like 2-3 times already. So ever since I started using this in, I believe, 2018. So this is a go-to palette that everyone has to have. This Disney ColourPop palette was a gift by one of my best friends back in college, like my early college days. So I will keep this. The colors of this are beautiful, honestly. And then this Subculture palette is just, I don't use this anymore, but back when this was popular in like 2016, 2017 era days, I got this from TJ Maxx on sale. And I just love these colors. Now, would I reach for something like this today? Probably not. But I do like to keep it in my collection just because it's one of those OG, these are just one of those OG, OD, but a goodie eyeshadow palettes. I do want to get one of the newer ones. The pink one, I forget what it's called, but I do want to keep this one in my collection. So I will be keeping all of these. That's only 8 palettes. So like I said, I'm not a huge eyeshadow person. So these are the staples that I will be keeping. So I did go to Ulta and get a couple of items over the Christmas and holiday season, like Black Friday season and everything. And I got a couple items from there, not too much. Before recently, I was not a huge blush person, and when I did use blush, I feel like I wasn't using the correct shades. So this right here, I picked up over the Christmas holiday season, and I absolutely love. This is honestly a staple in the makeup world. Honestly, as a beginner, this is probably the easiest blush you can work with, and it's honestly one of the most affordable ones as well. So this is a staple if you are beginning makeup. I did pick up volume 4 as well, so I picked up both of these from Ulta. So here's what the volume 1 looks like. Super pretty. This is probably the best blush you can get as a brown skin chocolate girly. I'm pretty sure you all know, if you are into makeup, you know what these palettes are, and honestly, you probably have these in your possession if you are into makeup, honestly. I did pick up some ABH lip velvets. These are honestly so beautiful. I've used them already a couple times, and they are so beautiful. And yeah, I can't wait to play around with those some more. And I picked up the mini version as well, so I'm super excited to. These are I picked up so I can just put these like in my purse or something if I need to do touch-ups and whatnot. So that's what I picked up from Ulta. I think that was all that I picked up from Ulta. Oh, and I also have this, I forgot to mention earlier. I have this from CVS that I picked up recently for days where I just want to put on a quick little tinted like moisturizer type of thing, and instead of a foundation. And this is okay. I may need to try it one more time. I've tried it once. Like I said, it was okay, but if I try it again and I don't like it, I'm going to get rid of it. I got this with my extra care rewards points, and it was like completely free for me, and that was the only reason why I picked it up. So I got some backup beauty blenders from Shein. I love their beauty blenders. These are so pretty to me. A marble, so gorgeous. You honestly do not need the real like legit name brand beauty blenders. These will work just fine. Any beauty blender or sponge will work just fine. And then I also picked up this blush. It kind of reminds me of the blush, the orangish tone that's in here, that I absolutely love on my skin. So I wanted to pick up this NYX version. And I already had this one, which I love too, especially like on my nose. The little pink hint on your nose is just, I don't know, it's just the icing on the cake sometimes when it comes to makeup. So I picked this one up as well. Also picked up some backup spoolies for my eyebrows and whatnot. Just to have from, I got these from Shein. I think I got these from Shein for like $1. Because I'm gonna show you guys real quick. My current spoolie brush is broken. Let me show you. Yeah, so like it broke. So I needed to pick up a backup. And so I just got the disposable ones because I do want to be able to just toss them when I'm done with them. Because honestly, makeup applies better when you have dirty brushes, but it's not good for your skin. So once I get done with my spoolie after a certain amount of weeks or months, I just want to be able to toss them. And I'm going to go through and wash these brushes using this makeup brush cleansing palette thingy that I also got from Shein. So I'm going to do that in a few, but first I'm going to put away all this makeup into the drawers. Lip glosses and whatnot. Honestly. All right. This is what my makeup organizer looks like. Starting up here, I have my glosses, I have my foundations, I have my primers and setting sprays. In this drawer, I have some extra spoolies for eyebrows or lashes. I have my eyeliner pencils and liquid eyeliner. Here I have lip products, lip glosses, lip velvets, lip plumper, you know. Here I have some liquid blush, concealers, my contour, cream contour stick, my mascaras. For these lower drawers, I have my blushes and those smaller CoverGirl eyeshadow palettes down in there, and then some more blushes and eyeshadow. Those small black ones are eyeshadows as well. But for the most part, this is blush and eyeshadow. In this drawer, I have my powders, loose powder, pressed powder. That's another loose powder. My two foundations that I don't really reach for, a cream contour, and then I just have makeup wipes and beauty blenders. I do not like to collect makeup because, like I said, they do expire. Products do expire pretty quickly. So everything here that you see, I reach for consistently. I don't like to stock up on makeup products if I know they're just going to sit there and expire. I'm not a hoarder, like when it comes to product. If I'm not using it, I want to get rid of it. I want to sell it. I want to throw it away, give it to someone I know. So if it's sitting there and I'm not using it, I'm real quick to get rid of it. I feel good now that I decluttered all that. I'm just going to clean off my table. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to clean off my makeup brushes here. I got this holder. I got this makeup brush holder from Five Below maybe 6-7 years ago at this point. So she's old, but she's been holding up. She's doing the job. So I like to coupon a lot, and sometimes I'll find a really good deal on makeup products, drugstore makeup that is, because I feel like I'm still learning how to do makeup. So I don't like to purchase like high-end expensive products just yet. Maybe in the future. But I'm still learning, so I shop for a lot of drugstore products just while I'm in the learning phase and whatnot. I stopped doing makeup like years ago, but recently I found more of an interest in it again. That's why I was like, you know what, let me revamp my vanity and everything and just make sure everything's organized so that when I do go to play in some makeup, I'm able to find what I need and get rid of all that unnecessary stuff. Now, if
If you're ever wondering about the way I'm feeling, well, boy, there ain't no question. Just to be around you is a blessing. Sick and tired of trying to change it up.
My brushes are all clean. They're just air drying right now. This one is the only one that I couldn't get like super clean. That's because this is my most used brush. I use this to put my foundation on. But all of it, everything else pretty much came off for the most part here. I do want to eventually get a holder for these that has a top for them. I already have one in my Amazon cart that I'm interested in getting. These are some of the brushes that I also washed. I don't really use these, but if I need them, I'll have them. So I'm gonna probably store these in my makeup pouch or something. But for now, I'm gonna let them air dry right here. I have to go back and clean this thing out, but this did a really good job of getting my brushes clean. I honestly might just stock up on these so I can just throw this away because it's disgusting. I wonder if it's dishwasher safe. I'm gonna have to look that up. If it is, I could probably just put it in the dishwasher. As you guys saw earlier, this is all the makeup that I'm going to be throwing away. This is all the expired and, you know, old makeup that I just am getting rid of. I have for years, or I just don't reach for. So this is just a lot of it that I'm just throwing away. So this is what my makeup setup looks like for now. And I'm super satisfied. I was able to put my moisturizer. I use this as an SPF and as a moisturizer. I was able to put that, and then also one of my setting sprays back there. So I'm super excited. I'm in love with the result. Guys are enjoying this video. I just wanted to come on and share a few goals that I have for 2026. I really honestly wouldn't even call them goals. Like, I'm not going to go down my entire vision board, but I do have a few visions and things that I want to set for myself for the year of 2026. First and foremost, I'm going to share some great news with you all. So in 2026, I will be graduating with my bachelor's. So yeah, I am finishing up my degree with Penn State. I went back after taking a almost 5-year hiatus. I just took a break after my grandma had passed. Honestly, I would always take a semester or two off anyway in between like a year span of time. Like when I would go for a year, I would stop and take a break. I would go for another year and then stop and take another break. And I did that all the way up until 2020. December of 2020, my grandmother passed, and I decided to not go back in the the spring semester of January 2021. So I took a break, and I told myself I would get back to it eventually. I didn't put a date or a time on it. And then, you know, I was expecting later in the year of 2021, and I had my son in 2022. So it was kind of hard navigating when I wanted to go back and complete my degree. And honestly, I wasn't really thinking about school too much. I knew I wanted to complete it, but I didn't know when. Once my boyfriend completed his degree, I was like, you know what? It's my turn to finish what I started. He went back and finished what he started, and it motivated me, honestly, because I'm like, yo, this is going to be hard with a 2-year-old running around. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I wasn't sure how I was going to navigate attending school, doing my classes, and completing my assignments on time. Because although I was completing my classes online fully, I still had strict deadlines. Like I had hard deadlines, and I was very worried about that. I was concerned that I wouldn't be able to complete some assignments on time and whatnot. But by the grace of God, I was able to. And so I finished it up in a year and a half, honestly, because I started back in January of 2024. So last year, at the top of last year, I started back for the spring semester. I just completed my fall semester in December, and now I'm in my final semester, completing my internship with honestly one of the best fitting internship positions I could have. So I'm super excited for that. And I'm not going to share too much about the internship that I'm completing, just, for security reasons. I don't want to, put my information or location out there too much. But I'm super excited for this year. I will be graduating in May, and I'm super proud of myself. I didn't think I could do it, but I did it. And it's nice to go back to school and complete your degree when you want to on your own time and not have any pressure behind it. It's better when it doesn't feel like a chore, to be honest. I know the thing to do once you graduate high school is to go straight to college and, get your degree and then, climb up from there, climb the ladder from there. But that wasn't the correct map for me. I'm going to be honest. I didn't quite know what I wanted to do when I graduated high school. And the only reason why I went straight to college is because I was expected to. My family, my grandmother, she was rooting for me. Everyone was rooting for me, right? So I just kind of went to college because I was expected to. I didn't know what I wanted to major in. I thought English was going to be my sweet spot because I liked English in high school. They did a little bit of career pathways at my high school, but not enough, I feel like. So I didn't really get to explore my passions like that. And maybe that's also on my end. I'm not going to completely blame like the curriculum in my high school because I did go to a really good high school. I had honors classes, and I was honestly one of the top students in my school. So not to bloat or anything. I wasn't like an AP student, but I was an honor student, and I think I was if I'm remembering correctly, I think I was number 30 something out of my graduating class. So if I do remember correctly, because you know how they rank you by your GPA and whatnot. So I'm saying all that to say the intelligence was there. I just didn't know what my passion was. I thought I wanted to be an English teacher. I thought I wanted to teach English. Why did I think that? I don't know. Whenever I was younger and people asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would always say teacher. I would always say teacher. And I don't think it was the teaching that I was in love with. I think it was more so the organization of it all. I liked being like a secretary. I mean, as you guys can kind of see from my channel, I like to organize. I like to I don't know, I just very organized and stuff. So I think that's what I liked about the whole teacher idea, is just organizing and like having a classroom set up and having this here and having that there. I think that's the part of teaching that I liked. But I guess in that sense, I needed to look deeper into why did I like teaching? What about teaching did I like? And it wasn't necessarily the job, it was the traits of a teacher, I guess you could say. After some deep exploration and just thinking and stuff, I said, I want to go and do what I want to do. My family said, go to class, go in person. You want to be on campus so you can socialize, so you can explore. I agreed to an extent, but as an introvert, I kind of felt pressured to socialize. And when I feel pressured to socialize, it's not good, honestly, because I have social anxiety. So I think that played a part in me not really taking advantage of being on campus when I did go to Temple University and I did go to Susquehanna University, right? So I transferred 2 times. I went to 3 different colleges, transferred twice, and I wasted a lot of time and money just because I wasn't following my own desires, my own heart, and what I thought I should do. Honestly, I was going with what other people were telling me to do. That just goes to show you that you really should follow your own heart and your own mind, and do some deep diving into who you are, your passions, what you want to do with your life, because you can be SOL. Honestly, you can waste time and waste money. I have I'm not gonna say I'm in debt, but my loans are a little bit up there because I went to two expensive ass schools that I probably didn't even have to go to, that I didn't even have to go to when I could have just went and did what I wanted to do originally, which was attend school online, get my degree done, and then just go from there. Online school, getting your degree online is so much cheaper. And I did it with a very good school, Penn State, the name, it's there, the accreditation, it's there. So I'm super glad that I eventually followed what I wanted to do. But I wish I would have done that a lot sooner. Yeah. So after doing some deep diving and stuff, I wanted to major in what I wanted to major in. So not saying that anyone was holding a gun to my head and saying like, you got to major in this or you got to do this. That's not the case. I just think I let a lot of pressure get to me, and instead of following my own true wants, I just went with, what everyone else wanted. And I would say, in a sense, I did people please in terms of attending in-person school. I was like, what do you guys think about attending school online? And they were like, no, they cut that shit off. They deaded that shit. They were like, no. So, I did it anyway. I just wish I did it a lot sooner. So I transferred a lot of my credits over, but I still kind of had to start from scratch in a sense because I was changing my major. I changed my major to human development and family studies. It kind of goes into the category of psychology, human services, human sciences, all that. I'm super happy I did that because looking at where I am today, I am honestly in full alignment. I feel as though with where God wanted me to be, where God wants me to be. And human services, family services, child services, all that aligns honestly almost perfectly with where I am today. Like, I am a mom and I love advocating for people. Child advocacy, family advocacy is just all aligning with, where I am today, advocating for mental health, making sure you're good mentally, physically, honestly, too, now that I've been through my own health journey and I'm bettering my health and whatnot. So my degree really makes sense for where I am today and for where I want to be in the future. I am a big advocate for mental health, a big advocate for family and children and youth, and just making sure everyone is thriving versus surviving. Honestly, I wasn't even thinking about advocacy when I started my HCFS degree. I'm super glad that I did because it aligns perfectly with what I want to do and who I am today. So that's a mouthful. I hope that makes sense, but yeah, I am looking forward to becoming a mental health professional, a child and family advocate. I'm going to eventually put my degree up. I don't know where, but I'm going to make space for it somewhere. I just also wanted to talk about my goals for 2026 a little bit and just a few visions that I have for 2026. The other day, we went out to eat at the Chinese buffet. I got a fortune cookie, and you guys know the fortune cookies these days, they're not like fortunes. They're more so like quotes, but the one that I got, usually I look at them and I'm like, oh, that makes sense, I guess. But the one that I got the other day was like perfect, nail on the target. It was like spot on for and very fitting, especially at the top of the year, but it was very fitting for me, per se. And I know a lot of people say don't share your fortunes, but I don't believe this was a fortune. I just believe it was a quote that was very fitting for me. And it may be fitting for someone else. It may be encouraging for someone else. So I don't feel bad with sharing it here. But the quote said, and I'll pop a picture up on the screen right here, don't expect just one way to be creative. Something along those lines. I don't know if I said that verbatim, but it said, don't expect just one way to be creative. So I thought that was very fitting for me. And honestly, that is one goal that I have for myself. Before I even received that quote in the fortune cookie, I put on my vision board, creative, and just a lot of stuff about, growing into the creative that I want to be. I'm already super creative, and growing up, I never thought I was a creative person. I don't know why, but I guess it's just one of those blind eye things that you don't really realize about yourself. And I slept on myself a lot, and I still kind of do sometimes, but I don't want that to be I don't want that to be the case for 2026. I'm not sleeping on myself this year, and I'm not sleeping on myself anymore, honestly. I guess you can call it imposter syndrome, where I let a lot of thoughts in my head kind of like talk me out of going after things that I want to do or after things that I want, if that makes sense. Just because I feel like maybe I don't belong there, or I just am not the person that should be doing that, or that I don't qualify, or you know what I'm trying to say. I want to get out of that mindset for 2026, and I will say in 2025 I stepped out of my shell a lot more than what I did in the previous years. As an introvert, shy person, I'm a person who's just going through her head with a lot of insecurities and just like, oh no, that's okay. Like I don't belong there. That doesn't qualify for me. I don't qualify for that, or I'm not good enough for that, or I don't think I can do that. Just those thoughts that go through your head when you're facing different things ahead of you. I want to get out of that mindset for 2026 so that I can go after all the things that God wants me to have and all the places that God wants me to be. I want to explore all realms of creativity, right? I want to be able to explore all the outlets of creativity that are out there for me. I just want to get out of this box that I put myself in sometimes, and it's the shyness in me, and I'm gonna always be shy. I don't think there's a way to overcome shyness. Maybe there is, but I don't think there's a way to overcome shyness 100%. But I honestly think this year may be a little bit better. And of course, there's going to be bumps and all those hurdles and things and obstacles that come with a good year. But I'm so looking forward to it. For 2026, I want to walk into alignment and walk out of fear and out of comfortability, because there's nothing like being in your comfort zone. It's very restricting. And as a person who always runs back to her comfort zone because it's safe there, it's a safe place, it's familiar, I want to stop doing that, because I notice growth does not happen there. I've noticed that all of my growth has happened outside of my comfort zone, when I've taken a leap of faith, when I've walked out on faith and just said, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to see the outcome of this. And a very good motivating person for me in doing that is my boyfriend. He is such a big motivator. God knew what he was doing when he made him. I'm not going to lie. God knew what he was doing when he put us together, honestly. So I'm looking forward to what 2026 has in store for us. And I pray that everyone has a good year. Leave me some of your goals or your visions down below in the comment box. Let me know what is your number one goal that you want to chase for this year, and I'll be happy to respond to those. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to turn on your post notification bell so that you are not missing out on any uploads. And like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.